Hi, and welcome. My name is Stephanie, and I would love to share with you a little bit about myself and my grief journey before you begin watching this video. Early 2009, my brother suddenly and unexpectedly passed away. I still don't know the cause of his death. He was in Buenos Aires for work when I received the call that he had died. Within an instant, I was projected into a new reality where I found myself wrought with emotions of utter despair, pain, and hopelessness. It didn't take long for me to find myself at a crossroad. I seriously contemplated suicide for months on end as a way to ease the pain and the devastation. This led me to a desperate search for answers and ways to cure the way I was feeling. I tried many different modalities. Although what I'd learned made sense, I still didn't feel better. Just when I was about to give up, I experienced a conversation with someone who called himself a coach. I agreed to initial conversation with him, and my world began to open to new possibilities. This is when I began to coach with Walker, who is still my coach. He didn't speak about death in the same way. Experiencing being coached and learning how to coach has allowed me to see this tragedy that I thought would end my life and kill my dreams, how it became the key to the journey of my dreams coming true. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I hope you enjoy my interview with Walker. So thank you for joining us, Walker.
My pleasure.
Just so everyone can have a little bit of a background, obviously people that have read my blogs and newsletters know that you're my coach and mentor, and that we met at the Bob Proctor Matrix in 2015.
Yeah.
You've mentioned that upon first meeting me and interacting with me, that you knew, like everything within you, that you had to help me. Why is that?
Well, this will be interesting to answer, but I will try, because a lot of it is intuition, and we build intuition over time. And I think you know that my dad started me out on deep hypnosis when I was really young, like 7 years old, and I've been doing deep hypnosis, self-hypnosis, visualization from 7 until, I'm still doing it. So, which is a pretty long time. So I think doing a lot of that work got me pretty intuitive, but excuse me, other than intuition, I will try to answer the question. And I mean this with all due respect to any of your past teachers or mentors or, people that have helped you along the way. Because I think they, everyone has a hand in this journey. So, with all due respect, when I first met you and we had a really deep dive, our deep conversation at the first, it was one night after the events. How you were speaking from a specific worldview. And it was clear that you didn't view it as a worldview. Yeah. You viewed it as the truth. So you were speaking from your truth, which often means for people the truth. Yeah. So it was the truth that your brother died and that you were feeling bad and you had problems to solve in your life. So it was clear to me that you went about life for the however many years, 3 years prior, trying to solve your problems. And it was clear to me that those problems that you thought you had were based on your feelings. And so on some level, it was this person's in front of me who had tons of feelings about her dear brother that died. And then on top of that, this person was making a lot of meaning out of those feelings that it didn't seem was serving you or the world. Right? There was a person in front of me that had such light but it was the dimmer was on. And oftentimes when we feel bad about things, we think there's a problem. We think feeling sad is, we have to cure that feeling. I don't think we have to cure that. It's just a feeling. We're human beings, and we feel sad, we feel happy, we feel love, we feel a gamut of things throughout our lives at different times. And some people within 5 minutes go through all of them, cycle through all of them. So oftentimes I think when people are sad, or they feel sad, they think, oh my gosh, there's this problem that's happening, and they go about solving it. So it was clear when you had said you'd gone to energy workers and different seminars and self-help seminars and all that stuff. I guess I was confused, because you still spoke from a place of hope, yet the place you were in was troubled.
Yeah.
So when I said that I just have to help her, it was because it was pretty clear the path you were on was the path of, I need to go out there and find people with the answers to solve this problem that I'm having. And I wanted to present to you that, what if there weren't a problem?
Yeah.
Like, what if everything you were feeling wasn't exactly the truth, the meaning you put to it? And maybe it wasn't the truth what people were saying to you. It was, they were trying to heal you as well in their mode of study, let's say. So perhaps a psychic, let's say. A psychic would be talking to you and telling you your brother Brendan was saying these things to her, and she would tell you what he was saying. And I always and this is nothing against, I think people are genuinely trying to help.
Yeah.
The challenge for me was that them helping you meant you had to have a problem for them to help with.
Yeah.
And I didn't see how, it's not the truth or not the truth that occurred to me, that he is there talking or not. Like, you didn't see your brother.
Yeah.
Like, your brother was dead, right? He was gone. And so someone saying they're talking to them they're highly intuitive and picking up things maybe, but was he talking in English? Was he, what was he, you know what I mean? It was clear that it was keeping you in grief mode, because no matter what your brother said, your brother was there talking to you. So I just wanted to offer a different context. Not that it was true, not that it was better or worse, but I wanted to see what would happen if you looked at life from a place of no problems.
Yeah.
And just see what opened up. Because if people are trying to solve problems, they're going to do a whole bunch of things, like start businesses, and based on a foundation that's a little rocky.
Yeah.
And I didn't want that for you. I thought my intuition was such that you had so much to give. I mean, it was so clear people were drawn to you at this seminar. And I don't think they knew why they're drawn to you.
Yeah.
I don't think you knew why they were drawn to you. And it just was an awareness maybe that I had, that, wow, there's something here that if I can just get her to shift like this, to see from a different place. I can't see for you, but you looking out from this different vantage point, you might see an opening that revealed true possibility. There was no possibility other than a reaction to your brother's death that was suffering or grief or healing. But if I could get you to jolt you into seeing from a different vantage point, there might be a whole possibility out here, which had nothing to do with grieving anymore or holding on to the sadness of your brother's death.
Yeah.
So that's what I meant by I have to help you, because it just was clear that I don't know if anyone else was saying similar things, but it seemed like they were giving you a formula that wasn't about you. It was about them.
Yeah.
And trying to fit you into their formula versus I don't know what is right for you.
Yeah.
But let's see if we can get you looking at the world from a different vantage point and see what opens up. So
I do remember for myself, more so during our deep dive, just thinking that what you were saying was a lot different to other things I had experienced before. And I remember during our tea break, you just uttered one word, and I knew it was meant for me, and just how my inner world just went into a complete spin after that. And that's kind of when I knew that there was something different about you, which is what really encouraged me to coach with you.
oh, thank you. I don't know if it's different about me, but I think it was probably special about us, right? Because a coaching relationship is it's us. So, it's difficult for me to hold back, and I don't want to infringe on, and I'm not saying I know more than anybody, but when you found your dance partner,
yeah,
you can't not say anything, because you want to dance. So it just kind of, it came out, and it was in service and from a place of wanting, because let's face it, it's almost selfish, right? In a lot of ways, I want you to have the impact on the world, so I get to see it.
Yeah.
And I get to be a part of your impact.
Yeah.
Because you've experienced something I've never experienced. And I think that needs to be shared. You could, and already you are, causing just a lot of catharsis for people. You're shifting people's whole mindset toward what it is to lose somebody, right? Losing someone doesn't mean what it used to mean. And you're helping them pick up and move forward in their lives from a place of empowerment. And I want to experience a world with people who are empowered. So. Yeah.
And you were mentioning that one of your modalities was to try and help me shift and see the world from a different viewpoint. How did you do that with myself in particular? How did you actually bring about that shifting and that me seeing the world in a different way?
Yeah, it's sort of like a dance. I'll give you that. Again, it's sort of like a dance in that there's a certain rhythm that we dance to, and the rhythm could be in 4/4 time. It could be in 6/8 time. It could be a waltz. It could be whatever it is. But then there's creativity within the dance, right? I could twirl you whenever you needed to twirl, and right, I could set it up. And just because I'm the boy, it's good too, because I'm the lead in this dance. So I don't know how you're going to twirl, but I know you're going to twirl to the right? But how the expression of your twirl, I don't know. And I know if I set up the twirl, you see, it's the same world. The content of the world hasn't changed. But you're looking from here now that I've started the turn. Then you get to make certain decisions as you turn, right? How to finish it or whatever it is. So part of coaching, in my opinion, is setting up the conditions so that you have an insight. So I started to hear what you thought to be the truth about life. Now, I don't know what the truth is about life, but I could see that none of us know. So we might as well start to question, well, what if this were true? Well, what if this were true? What would change? Not that we have to change it. It's just you were having a rough time.
Yeah.
Based on the truth that you knew. And I would rather you not have such a rough time. Right? So it's just a dance, and we talk and we fight a little bit, meaning there's a threat. There's always this threat. And because I don't want, it's the roughest thing about coaching is that I know probably you're going to go through sadness to get to the other side, and a lot of like stuff. But I know on the other side is this just garden of like empowerment. So it's hard for me to put you through it. But it's kind of a purpose, right?
You were mentioning that it's about setting up the conditions. And I know many times we've discussed how it was just asking the right questions that I could see it for myself. Could you explain that a little bit more?
I could try. So what we're talking about something that's not, it's not as conceptual. So to try and put it into concepts to understand, they're going to want to compare it to other things that they already know, and it's not that. It's sort of like going to, if I went to like a leadership class, let's say, I would learn about leadership. Right, I would learn, maybe we'd study Steve Jobs and Bill Gates and different leaders, right? Maybe presidents and their leadership styles and their attitudes, and we'd learn about leadership, but we wouldn't leave that class being leaders just because we learned that knowledge or gained that knowledge. So I think coaching, I mean, you're a human being in front of me. And so it's not about me teaching you something, because quite frankly, you included, the people I coach most of the time are smarter than I am. Like just plain old faculty, like intellect, just much smarter than I am. So I already assume that you're smarter. I don't have anything to teach you. But if I can put you in position for you to discover something, then great. So one way I do that is if you're really smart and you have an argument for something that I don't think is serving you, that it doesn't seem as serving you, I'm not going to argue the other side of it. I'm going to have you argue the opposite, as if it were if that were the truth. And you can argue with yourself and then prove yourself, the new self, right. And what opens up from there. I'm not, because I don't know what's right. So I'm not a teacher in that I'm going to teach you the concepts because I'm right and pass this knowledge on to you. I'm not saying there's not a benefit to that. Our whole educational system is based on that. Imagine if we have that, and we also have, let's say, teachers who aren't passing on knowledge, but are helping set up conditions for students, clients to live into, that they discover for themselves what the heck coach means or leader means, or time management. Like what? Like go take a time management class. You'll learn all of these tools about time management, and I don't know, in a couple of years you're taking another time management course, but you learned all the time management. Like what? What are we doing? So we can learn about things a lot. And I think you had already learned a lot about self-development, but you hadn't developed in a manner that was moving you forward in an empowered way that I would want for you anyway. So it was just clear that you didn't need to learn more about things. You needed to be something. And we show up as human beings differently when we create conditions where the conditions dictate how you be, and what actions you take. So, cross fingers, my book comes out in early 2017 called The Permission to Act. Part of what's in the book is based on acting, and acting is not what a lot of people think it is. Well, that's maybe bad acting, but good acting is based on your own truthful responses in imaginary circumstances. So the only thing that's fake are the circumstances, the story, the conditions.
Yeah.
You're completely authentic. So if I can change the conditions, even if they're made up, but you're still completely authentic,
Yeah.
how you show up is different. You're being different, and your actions are different in these circumstances. So I don't know how you're going to be or how you're going to act, but I do know that they're dictated by the conditions, the set conditions, and the context in which you show up. So that's how I have been working with you, basically.
Thank you for watching my video. I hope you gained many insights from it. I would love to hear from you. Please subscribe to my channel and comment below. Share anything that you have gained from watching this video, and please feel free to share it with anyone you think may benefit. Connect with me on my Facebook or Twitter accounts so that you can be up to date with my latest blogs, newsletters, and my upcoming book, which will be published January 2017. I look forward to hearing from you soon.